Hello, welcome to the series about Rugby League betting review for the Huddersfield Leeds game and the Wigan Cast game tonight in the Super 8. Obviously, the league leader Shields at stake. Three of the 4 teams playing tonight could win it. Leeds and Wigan are level on points with Huddersfield just a point back. So if Huddersfield win and Wigan lose, then Huddersfield will win the Shield. Obviously, a Leeds win pretty much guarantees the Shield because they're 50 points difference ahead of Wigan. So but it's going to be tough tonight. So the main game was on Sky itself. It's the Huddersfield Leeds game, and obviously Wigan against Castleford. That's on the Sky Extra thing. I think that's the online service, isn't it? But yeah, we'll mainly concentrate on the Huddersfield game. Like I said, the bookies can't split Huddersfield and Leeds. They're both 10 to 11. There's no handicap. It's very, very tough, and it's not hard to see why. Like I say, the last 4 times these two teams have played in the league, 2 of them have been draws, and one of them Huddersfield won by 2, and the other one Leeds won by 4. So there's absolutely nothing between these two when they play each other. They're always very, very tight, tense games. But it's very, very hard to split them. But like I say, for me, if I had to, I'd probably just about favour Huddersfield. Huddersfield to win by 1 to 12. That's about 2 to 1. That's not too bad. But, I mean, Leeds just looked tired last week when they lost to Cast. I mean, Cast played very well. They had nothing to play for, so they threw the ball about. Fair enough. Gale was outstanding again, but they did look tired. And I mean, Brian Mack looked beat at the end. To be honest, it looked like they've got a pack that aren't getting any younger. They've had a long season, and for me, they've been the best team this season. But they do look very tired. Obviously, the big worry is what happened after Wembley last year when they didn't win a game after Wembley. They've lost the 3 games since Wembley this time, so that has to be a worry for Leeds. Huddersfield, the form team in the Super 8, they've won the last 5. The only loss was in the first game of the Super 8 away at the DW against Wigan, so they're absolutely flying. So for me, if I had to be pushed, I'd probably just push towards Huddersfield. And like I said, there's been 2 of these last 4 games have been draws. When the draw 16 to 1, that's tremendous value for a daft little bet. Or even a tight first half, 15 to 2 for the game to be level at half time. There's some really good bets out there if you shop about. But the value for me in this, like I said, will be very, very tight. I think you can be pretty certain that if either side get a penalty early doors in the opposing half, will take the 2 points and get some points on the board. So it's about 4 to 1 that a penalty will be the first scoring play. Obviously, if you can't get on that, you can back a Huddersfield penalty for scoring play and a Leeds penalty for scoring play. So if you're going to put £2 on a 4 to 1, just put £1 on each at 9 to 1. It works out exactly the same. So I think that we might value better the game in this one. Like I said, I just think it'd be really tight. It's difficult to read too much into Leeds. I mean, they could have a good week in training and get back. Watkins is back fully fit now. The players are starting to come back. But like I said, it's the post-Wembley thing that's a bit of a worry for me. But yeah, so I'd have to. I think that the penalties are probably better. If you look at the first try scores, I mean, I'll probably look towards Watkins. It's very hard to pick between this very, very talented Leeds back line. And as for the Giants, McGilvery's been absolutely on fire. He's the top scorer in the whole competition now. So at about 8 to 1, I'll be looking at McGilvery, and so they'll be looking. And man of the match, I mean, this is going to be so tight. The kicking game's going to decide. It's 40-20s, things like that. You're putting the other team under pressure, putting them in their own half, and hoping they make mistakes. I think both sides will target doing that. So I mean, it's boring to picks, but you just Rufford about 6 to 1 and Sinfield about 8 to 1. You can't really look any further than them two. So I know the boring picks, and I apologise for that, but it's very hard to say anything past. This is going to be they're always very, very tight, feisty affairs between these two. So I'll be looking definitely at Brough and Sinfield. Now on to the other game. Obviously Wigan conceding 14 points on the handicap. Decent value for Cass, 72. Bear in mind what they did at Leeds last week. But you have to think about it though. Cass had lost the last 3 before the game at Henley, so you're not too sure. They've got nothing to play for, which means they could throw the ball about early doors. And like we saw Warrington last night, with nothing to play for, they can give everything. It's the last game of the season. They can give everything. There's not have to save anything for next week against a team that will have a big game next week. We're going to win the semi-final, win or lose tonight. A win, they guarantee the home one. Lose, they'll be playing away from home next week. So that will happen. But I think Wigan can get a couple of scores early. They might just get home. I mean, it's a tough 14-point handicap, but yeah, maybe it's this time. I mean, they've been reliable. They've won every league game at home this season, as we keep saying, Wigan. So they are quite strong, and this probably could just be a game too far for Cass. One thing I've noticed in Cass's last 4 games, both sides have scored 20 plus points. So Wigan to win and Cass to score 20 plus points is about 5 to 2, and I think that's probably my value better this game. Yeah, like I say, Wigan have to win, Cass have to score 20 points or more. That's 5 to 2. Anyone disagrees with me, like last week when Cass won at Leeds and Leeds scored 20, Cass to win and Wigan to score 20 plus points, well, that's a massive 9 to 1. That was the same kind of price it was last week, so if you fancy Cass, that might be somewhere else to look as well. Like I said, I just think Wigan might just get a home in this. I really do. It's a big game. Like I said, they've been good at home. Sean Wayne's men. They've won every game at home this season. It'll be a tremendous record if they win this one, so they'll go for the whole season without being beaten on their own patch, which would be a tremendous effort. Like I said, I think it's will be a tremendous night. Enjoy it, like I said. Pop back over the weekend. We'll have a travel up on Sunday and enjoy tonight. See you later.